Going on YouTube? Figured it's about time. Introduce myself. Most of you know me for complaining about video games. Don't really know much about me. I don't really share much. I'm kind of a quiet person. So, um, Ninja Long guy. I guess it came from being a martial artist and a lawn contractor for most of my younger life. I mean, I'm not really that old. I'm 44, but been disabled since 30. Used to practice a lot, was studying different martial arts and working all the damn time. Lost my mom in 2010 to a stroke, and then my life flipped upside down. So, let's see. What can I share? Obviously, been into Transformers since the 80s. Been an eBay seller and a collector, toys, random nonsense. Been broke 14 years, happily married. If I didn't have my wife, honestly, I don't think I'd be here. She saved my life. I had a concrete post somewhere with my name on it. I was gonna take a truck that I owned at one time and 120 into the post. I have CIDP, which is chronic inflammatory demyelinating polyneuropathy. It's basically multiple sclerosis, wicked stepsister. Best way to put it. My neurological system was attacked by my immune system. I actually contracted or reinitiated shingles that I had when, everybody has chicken pox, can turn into shingles when you get older. So my mom was actually on her deathbed. She had shingles, and I went to say goodbye, and stupid me, I touched her hand, was enough to uh, trigger my immune system to attack my nervous system, cause damage to my spine, and I went from being completely capable of working and running. I used to run 2 miles a night after working all day. I would put in 80-hour weeks cutting lawns, trimming bushes, and I don't know. It crept up on me. It started leg weakness. Next thing you know, I had to hire somebody to come work with me because I couldn't do the jobs anymore. Then I ended up in the hospital on and off a day or two here and there. And then it turned into a 6 month stay in the hospital. Atrophy down to about 120 pounds. Couldn't feed myself, couldn't hold a fork. Uh, they figured out it was CIDP after test after test after test after test, MRIs and spinal taps, and had me on steroid regimens for forever. So I finally got booted out of the hospital because they couldn't keep me there anymore and put me into a rehab facility, which was basically an old folks home. So at 31 years old, I was in an old folks home for about 6 months trying to rehab. I ballooned up to about 360 pounds, came home in a wheelchair, which wasn't even my home because the house that I had owned got foreclosed on. My sister had to move into a one-bedroom apartment. They gave my house to some lady through the HUD program, invested $160,000 into revamping my entire house for this lady so her kid could live next to a park. I owed 13 grand on my mortgage. So they wouldn't help me keep my house, but they could give it to somebody else and invest $160,000 into it. So that's what I came home to. I had all my stuff that I had in my house in a storage unit. I ended up selling all of my appliances, just trying to make rent because I wasn't approved for disability until, I don't know, a year later. So my sister and I struggled by. At the time, my fiance at the time, my wife currently, would come by and visit randomly here and there. And then she started staying with me. And around 2015, my sister passed away. She died on her 40th birthday. She had health problems since she was young. And basically, on her 40th birthday, she was on ventilators and life support systems for liver failure. And she died 2 minutes after the time she was born 40 years prior. So that was pretty hard. Then after that, I lost my cat that I had for 12 years. I love that cat. She was amazing. But I had ended up getting another cat, the one that you've probably seen in videos or in pictures, around the time my sister passed, just to try to cope with losing her. And he befriended my other cat, and then my other cat died from having diabetes and complications, so we had to put her down. So, for all the good things that happened in my life, just got stripped away from me from 2010, 2011. It was just one thing after another, after another, after another. So, I've been struggling financially. I don't really have a lot of people to turn to. My father lives in California and he can only do so much. He's actually taking care of a lot of family members from his wife's side. And so he's, grandpa to a bunch of people and dad to a few others, but I'm kind of stuck here in Michigan. And I don't even really get full disability. I get SSI, which is basically pittance, not even enough to cover my rent. If I didn't have my wife, I don't know, I'd be homeless or starved. Honestly, if she didn't come into my life when she did, I wouldn't be here. And I hope that's not a trigger to anyone, me saying what I've said already about the truck or bringing that up. I'm not trying to trigger anybody. I'm just trying to be truthful and share with you. Figured I'd finally make a video, step out, say what's up to everybody. I only have 172 subscribers and it's for Street Fighter videos. So, I mean, I figured I'd share a little bit, reach out. Maybe somebody important will hear my struggle and want to help or have some kind of ideas for me because I'm lost, man. I've looked for things to do. I've tried to find things to do. Wife and I did DoorDash for a little while and they punished us for making too much money. So the little pittance I was making from DoorDash wasn't even enough to cover what they had taken away from me. So we ended up stopping that. She's technically my state caregiver. I walk around with a cane, um, struggle to get in and out of chairs, can't sit for really a long period of time. So this video might not be too long. Um, just wanted to, reach out. say what's up. It's not just trying to be a boo-hoo sob story. I'm just telling you who I am. I'm out here. It's been a journey. So, struggling with the Street Fighter. I don't know. I just don't feel like it's been fun since four. In four, it felt like it took a little bit of skill to do some combos, and it was a good back and forth. There was a little bit of the focus and the parries and whatnot were a little more turn the tables on your opponent kind of thing. This one, it's just drive rush, frame advantage, pokes, overheads, continuing combos, drive rush again. Like it feels cheesy. I don't know. I can do some of the stuff. I just choose not to. I don't know. I'm pretty much not going to be online in another week or so because my subscription is going to expire and I don't have any money for that. So, anyway, all right. So, Ninja Long Guy, peace out.